thanks. You're rather formidable yourself. I taught myself mostly. I watched the weather patterns over the ocean, read any books I could find. Well, I'm hopeless at alteration magic. You gotta fake yourself out, believe your own lie, as it were. I could never get the knack. But I do wish I knew more about conjuration. You're kidding, right? A guy like me. Oh, you think you're somebody, huh? Good enough.
You know the Whispering Lady, don't you? I can tell.
Come to Dragon's Reach to the... You didn't die.
Hilarious. I still have all 10 fingers in both eyes, too.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. If you've got the aptitude, you should try your luck at the College of Winterhold.
Farengar, if I wanted to sit around at a boring college, I'd already be there.
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh? What a waste. I prefer my books. Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
Yeah. You sound like my mother, you know that? I'll see myself out. What could I do for you? No, he wasn't. I appreciate what you're trying to do for me, but I'm never gonna fit in with a bunch of mages hanging around in a library all day. Although, I guess I've done all right so far. Hey there. Those are boats, not ships. Trust me, there's a difference. Yes, you're right that they both float and a ship's larger, but a ship is more than that. She's your shelter against all the reckless wild of the sea. She'll carry your heart and soul over the horizon, and if you treat her right, she'll always bring you home. Congratulations on becoming the Guildmaster. Reminds me of the days I became the Captain of the Rose. There's nothing quite like the freedom to run your own outfit. Get rich or die trying, my friend. I wish I had known Gallus. I wonder if we could have been friends. I'd always wanted to meet Maeve in Blackbriar and see if she lived up to her reputation. She reminds me of my father, only with less charm. Her arrogance makes her predictable. We could work with predictable. Brynjolf's con-man routine in the market is pretty good. I'm not sure I could have done better. Grifting can be fun and all, but real money? That requires more planning and higher risk. Don't get attached. Brynjolf won't have the time of day for you once your business is done. Trust me, I know his type. Oh yeah? Guess you'd better look in the mirror. Delvin's a useful man to know. We've done business before. I prefer to have a buyer lined up, but I've had some unusual cargo to offload at times. You can move absolutely anything around Skyrim. It's a good arrangement when the Thieves Guild isn't getting in their own way, that is. It's been all asses and elbows with them lately. Hey, do you think Vex is interested in me? You do make a good point. Maybe I'll ask her. I kinda like her, except for the part where she might stab me. If you need me, I won't be... Hey, if you need me, I won't be far.
What do you need, my friend? By the gods! Is that the voice? Okay, got it. That's not something you see every day.
Hello.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. So many details to work out. I know this looks bad.
And what are you working on? A little organization and we'll get you shipshape in no time.
All right. I have a plan to experiment on you. Let me explain.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm as curious as the next man. I'm going to have to pass, just for today. Busy schedule.
You look like you've seen your share of adventure. What did you like to know?
You know anything about clairvoyant spells? That might be of mutual benefit under the disorganized circumstances.
I can certainly try. Huh. You know, you've got a certain fire in your eyes. And that silly grin you get when you've done something wrong.
If you could see all that about me, then you already know we'd end badly, my dear.
Oh, you are terrible. You do know that, right?
Eh? I thought she was fun. She started it. It was just meaningless banter. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I do feel more confident about my abilities to study. Thank you.
Did we have an appointment? No. It was a delivery? I can't remember.
You're not as... So you do.
No, it's fine. Really. Sorry to bother you.
It's intriguing the way certain materials are more or less receptive to the force of lightning, is it not?
Yeah. It's like there are channels or obstructions in the materials. Lightning flows through silver like water but gets stuck in glass.
I had you figured for a mage.
I think you've mistaken me for someone else. What does a master mage even study?
Whatever I don't already know. Power's the crux of this world.
Huh. You're more practical than I expected. Thank you for your time, I mean it. Need some? He wasn't at all what I expected. He was interesting to talk to, and I wouldn't mind spending more time with him. Thanks, for encouraging me. Aye. They're here again, aren't they? Hey there. I can't hide much from you, can I? The Dunmer faith isn't well understood in Skyrim, and the people tend to have certain expectations of me since I'm a Nord. Do you follow any of the Divines? Some of the older Mer back in Cyrodiil used to talk about the day the Avatar of Akatosh took shape over the Temple of the One. It's hard to imagine that kind of sacrifice. Really? Now you got me curious. I suppose you know the legend, then, that RK asked for that job. Better man than me. And I can see why. You strike me as wiser than most. The goddess of the wind, the patron of sailors, and the only divine that's ever had my devotion. My mother follows Mara, too. She always said not to live with regrets for decisions you made to the best of your ability from a place of love. I think she meant my father. Oh, for the love of Azora, really? I hope you're still going to speak to me after this conversation. Can't say I ever understood going to war over a dead guy, but he certainly was a great man. Maybe divinity is just a legacy we leave behind. The god of commerce is probably not my biggest fan. I'll make exceptions for your trading ships, of course. You mean the Daedric princes, huh? I was raised to use caution when dealing with the House of Troubles, but that doesn't mean a bargain can't be struck now and then. Fair enough. I was raised in the New Temple faith myself, and I think most sailors acquire a certain respect for Kinnereth, but I'm not devout. As you wish.
The Twilight watches us all, Guardian.
I've always wanted to see the Shrine of Azura up close. I've seen it from the water, but of course, it's so much better in person. I'm listening. Azura, Boethia, and Mafala I know well. My father worships in the New Temple faith and raised me the same. Well, I don't claim to be devout. Aedra and Daedra are two sides of the same coin. I was taught to view them with respect, not fear or reverence. The Daedra aren't good or evil. They are the way they are, because they are us. Or we're them. Manifestations of the moral psyche, maybe. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Now you sound like my mother. Anyway, who says I'm not? The only difference between a scholar's research and tomb robbing is writing it down. What's on your mind? If you need me, I won't be far. What's on your mind? This is incredible. You made this for me because I left the Dark Rose? I love it. This means more to me than words could possibly say. Thank you, my friend. What is it? Anything. You had to pick that, huh? Was. I don't miss him, if that's what you were wondering. I know what you're trying to do. Fine. Maybe it will help. There was one shore leave down in Hammerfell where we decided we were going to learn to pick pockets. We got pretty good in crowds, working together. So, we got the bright idea to try our newfound skills on my father. Obviously, Fathers and I spent the next 3 months on dog watch. I just managed to escape from prison. He'd come there to kill me. I was unarmed and badly outnumbered. But I managed to stab him with his own sword before the mutineers with him took me down. They got cold feet and hauled me back unconscious to face Tarek instead of killing me outright. You know the rest. No. Yes. I was angry. I wanted revenge for his betrayal. But Fathis was my brother, too. I would have given him a healing potion or something. At least not let him die alone in a ditch on the side of the road. I'm the captain of a ship. Everything that happens on board is my responsibility. I was complacent, arrogant. I should have seen it coming years before. I held the sword, and his death is my fault. Yeah, right. It's absent friends. Hello. Come here. Hi. I'm with you.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Need something? What is it? It is, thank you. I figured you would. Well, ask away. Yes, and I hate it. Please, for the love of the Nine, do not call me that name. Ah, why are you like this? Well, yeah, sure, I left home and didn't look back, but we aren't strained. Her name's Elin. She translates books for the various academics in the Imperial City. Ah, stow it already. I'm never gonna hear the end of this, am I? How do you feel about dealing with Daedric princes? We're dead in the water right now, but I know my mother's message is reliable. You saw Fathus die, only he's not dead. If there's a chance to save him for whatever fate's befallen him, I have to find out how. I let him down for years. I won't do it again. I've dealt with Hermaeus Mora before. While unpalatable, there's no better or faster source of information. I know where a black book is that can help us. I'll read it and bargain with all eyeballs if I have to. I originally found it in a cave on a god's forsaken island offshore from Solstheim. A story for another time. I left the book in my cabin with everything else on the Dark Rose. With luck, no one's sold it or thrown it overboard yet. Hey, good. Let's get to the Rose immediately.